Pretty funny. All right. Well, hey, everybody. I'm here with Chris Red, but you knew that.
Hey, hello.
Waving, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's friendly.
It was like a one in the air.
I came and saw you yesterday here at Clusterfest.
Yeah.
On Amanda's podcast.
Yo, that was a fun show.
About workaholics.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm just a hard worker. I don't know. That's a fine line.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a workaholics versus working hard.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I've always looked at it as just working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you realize. Well, I guess I've seen myself as a workaholic, but I didn't see the negative connotations to any of that. So I mean, then we got into it for real because she didn't tell me for real. Like
she didn't really?
Nah, not at all. So I just got up there. I mean, you know, it's your friends, so you just trust them,
right?
And then they betray. You know, what I'm playing.
It was okay.
No, it was very fun. It was super cool to see how like vulnerable people get.
Oh, I know. I kind of liked that because I was like, oh, these people are sharing real things. But I also think people maybe have a tendency towards being a workaholic if they come without, a trust fund. So like, yeah. I can understand that when it's like when you grow up without a lot. Then
yeah. When you have to like
hustle a lot harder.
You have to hustle. You have to build something from nothing. So that that just takes grit and hard work. Unless you were delegating from the ground up, and like just. And even in that, managing people is hard too. So I don't know. I think there's a purposeful point for it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, having balance is something I always try to achieve in my work, but never involving my personal life. And that's kind of where I'm at now. It's like, oh, I got to also add this, or I'm still unbalanced. You know?
Well, SNL, I would assume, is a very demanding.
Yeah.
Workplace.
Yeah, it's very demanding, but it's also fun.
Very rewarding.
It's very It's
a dream job.
It's some of the best wins I ever had in my life. I've been in that building. You know what I mean? I've been frustrated at that building, like anybody's frustrated at any job.
Yep.
But you go in knowing that though. It's a comedy boot camp in the best way possible, and probably a lot more fun than regular boot camps. Because you get to perform, and it's like the damn Super Bowl every Saturday.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And is writing with a group fun when you've been writing just for yourself? Your own stuff?
Yeah, well, I love collaborating, but then you have to find different like ways to collaborate because everybody's so good at what they do and they know their voices so well. I came up in Chicago and our improv scene is amazing. Second City, IO, Annoyance, and stuff like that. So like, working with people has always been. I've always known how to do that. But it's like people are at different levels when you're coming up, and at a job like this, it's like everybody's just like so zoned in. So it's kind of like the give and take is different, and your approaching is to the comedy is different. So you just kind of learning people, and that's been like a super dope journey to be on too. It's like kind of learning how to work with different styles and stuff like that.
Yeah. So one bit that you do about the Atlanta ice storm thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I did want to discuss this because I have a friend who got stuck on the interstate.
Yeah.
14 hours in this car. He's like, people were just bailing and walking.
Like,
just
why?
Parking their cars on the interstate.
It was the weirdest thing. So Atlanta got 2 inches of snow and y'all just say, fuck what you own. I'm going to leave my vehicle here. Honestly, I'd rather walk in the cold.
Well, I grew up in Iowa.
Yeah.
So I have a Midwest, mentality about snow and ice. So living in the South is a real education. But that ice storm thing, when you talked about it, I just died because I was like, yup.
Yo, it was insane. And we were in that airport for so long over the snow. And I'm sitting there. At one point, I opened up an app and I was watching flights leave and come from Chicago with more snow falling. And I'm like, why can't you be more like this? Which was not helping. But after you've been in the airport for 8 hours, you're not going nowhere. It's just like, you just...
Yeah, give up.
Yeah. It's just like you either go to sleep mad or just yell things like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's part of travel. It stinks.
It does. Literally. Some airports stink.
True.
Atlanta's didn't stink.
No, their airport's nice,
it was very
but
nice
that when everything shuts down when you grew up in a Midwest snowy area, it's like it's still a little baffling.
Yeah, and seeing people sleep in airports is really telling.
Yes.
Like how comfortable people get sleeping in a place where strangers are just like all over the place. Like people like barefoot. You know, I saw a dude take his shirt off. I'm like, bro, we are in a place that's public. Like, in any point, someone can come over here and like take some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I guess maybe people don't do it in that situation.
I guess there's very little. I guess there's very few places that are as like you're just all into yourself as an airport. Like,
yeah.
You're the most about. This is all I'm worried about. This and whoever is with me. I'm not even in your business. Then there's all those people who are in everyone's business, which I hate sitting next to them. Because I don't like making good people feel bad.
Right.
But I'm like in my zone. So, also don't want to make people feel bad if you see me say hi. But
not a long conversation.
Yeah, long conversations. Ugh.
With a stranger. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I mean, only if you know how to cut it off, we good.
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to end it.
Yeah.
And then you're just kind of like, yeah. Oh, all right.
What should they say? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we could, but then if it's like 2 more hours of flight, it's like, are you leaving somewhere? Like you're just sitting there. It's
that can be bad. You need to carry an eye mask.
I have this.
The big.
This company gave me one of those neck pillows, but it has a hoodie on it.
Nuh-uh.
Yo,
is it
the
great?
best thing I've ever fucking had in my life. Like this shit is cold. Like I feel hood and comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I feel hood and seen. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of get in your own thing. I got my headphones on and shit.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Your own little hidey hole.
Yeah, I love traveling, but it's only because I'm like that because I'm tired all the time when I'm traveling. So I usually wherever I'm leaving, I've been up all night, and unless I'm tipsy, I'm just like live. Sometimes I've been on flights like that, and I'm pretty talkative. Or if I've slept and I'm up, I'm like, now I'll talk. But like, yeah, sometimes people see me, I'm just dead in the face. Pat Oswald saw me. I guess he said last night he saw me coming from London. And he's like, I saw you, but I didn't want to say nothing because I saw your face and I know that face. He's like, I had that face sometimes. So I was like, I do not want to do this because I had been up like 24 hours. So I was just on that plane.
I hate that.
Full mannequin.
I hate that. So I know you're doing this, like Clusterfest. Yeah. Obviously, we're here. What other tours are you doing this summer? Because I know you told Amanda you're going to try and take it easy.
I am going to try to take it easier. I'm going back to LA on Monday, and besides like getting in the studio and like doing some music stuff, I'm just gonna just relax and kick it, and then I'll go back to New York for a couple of days and I'll do some work there, and then so it's an ongoing tour. So I just been touring for about 7 years, and I'll keep touring, but I'm gonna take a chunk. I slow down in August.
Right.
July, I have a couple of off days here and there, and some of the stuff I do have booked is like a bachelor party for one of my best friends, and like so like it's stuff like that.
Stuff you want to do.
Yeah. So
That's
I mean,
different.
all of it I want to do. That's the problem.
Well, I know. Sometimes it's hard to say no.
Yeah. But September I don't have anything right now, and I think I'm just gonna keep it that way. I'm just gonna do a whole month of just like right until we go back to work. I'm just gonna just chill. So I'm gonna start chilling in August. Really chill in September. Come back ready to like.
You're gonna roll into it.
Yeah.
But sometimes those quiet moments are when you can get like good writing.
Mm-hmm.
That might really hit you.
Yeah, I just want to reflect and stuff.
I
want to finish some books and you know what I'm saying. I just want to find myself. I want to eat, pray, love. Not playing. I haven't seen the movie. I was like saying eat, pray. I was like to eat, pray, love.
Well, I mean, it does bring something specific to mind. Without seeing the movie.
Yeah.
Who has time for that? Like, can you imagine just being like, oh, I know. I'm going to take a year. I'm going to go eat one place, pray, and I just can't imagine it.
Yeah,
I just have never had a break that long, and
trying to find
since I've
4
been
days.
15, I don't know, 16 years old. I don't think I've had that much time off.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Is like, how do you set that much time aside? You know what I mean? In my mind, that's always been the problem. Like, if I take a week off, then I'll be behind a week. Like, but I guess it just all depends.
You do a
And the book.
podcast? I feel like everybody wants to do a podcast.
I wanted to do a anti-podcast. I did, and then I was like, I'm not gonna put all my work into that. I think I want to do something. I've always been interested in doing it, but I don't want to just do it if there's not a reason. I feel like, say, Amanda's, like it's there's a vocal point. It's important. It's funny. It has a purpose.
It has a hook.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and she's like good in that arena for real. And there's several people that are like dope at that shit. Even like Comedy Bang Bang. So
yep. I mean, amazing.
You know what I mean? So you're talking about like those are real good angles, good podcasts. I just want mine to be me and fun and not like I gotta make a podcast. Just trying to get into the game.
Adding something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that too. But I know I could do a podcast. I think I will. I think you're just talking into it.
You're welcome.
No one needs an agent to start a podcast.
That's true. I mean, you could just do a podcast.
Yeah, you don't have to just.
But it helps if you already have an audience.
Yeah.
Which you do.
Oh, yeah, it's getting there.
It is.
It is getting there. It's been cool.
And 7 years of touring is, I mean, that's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
I think that says you've put the work in. And that people keep coming.
Yeah, I started the work. I think it's a marathon though. So it's like you just gotta continue to marathon continues.
I know. Well, I just like how excited you are about your work.
I love it, man. I've been working my whole life.
Sometimes your whiners, they're like, oh, it gets so tiring. It gets this, and I'm like, you're living the dream, and it is tiring. I'm not saying it's not hard work because it is, but it's still awesome hard work.
It is.
Like I wonder if those people like. My first job was roller skating people's food to their cars at a Sonic. So, like, I'm like, oh, yeah, what I do is hard now in a way, but it's not the same as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of
that
thing?
keeps me relatively positive about things on the harder days is the fact that I've worked 50 jobs and I've been just so broke.
Yep.
And been, like, so just not living the dreaming, but working hard at it every day. And going to these jobs and like fucking hating it, and I viscerally remember hating it so much.
Yep.
So it's like I'm so thankful every day, no matter how hard shit gets, that it's not that anymore. But I do understand people complaining.
Oh, sure.
We're comics. I mean, I think Brendan said it, but we're comics. Well, what we do, we complain about the world. We see the world and we find the things that annoy us and we complain about it.
Yeah.
And that's such a real fucking situation.
Yep.
But you also have to always like balance that out with just like perspective. Like we are living a pretty dope life.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
One more question. What would you give as advice to someone who wants to get started in whatever their path is? Because you've been very good about hustling and just making your thing happen. What advice would you have for somebody who's like, I want to start my path, whatever it is, whether it's comedy or something else? What kind of keeps you going?
What kept me going is my hard-headed attitude. You have to have the drive for sure. You can't be swayed by people. Everybody told me this was a bad idea. Anything I've ever chased, majority of people in my life said it was not going to happen and not going to work out. So I just didn't listen. So I think if people can sway you from doing this, you're not going to do it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But if it's something that you just can't live without, or just something that just interests you and you want to have fun, it can open doors for other things. Just maintain focus on the small wins first, and then let the big wins come. And and leave your ego out of it as much as you can, and have as much fun as you can, man.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting with me. It was great.
Oh, thank you
so nice to meet you.
You're so dope. You're so dope.
You're very nice. Thank you. Oh!
Do you interviews with hugs?
Sometimes.
That's dope.
I'm always up for that. Yeah, it was great.
How do you